Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then. our young people to actually come and call home. Like, here's the truth. Like, let me just, and I had a meeting with one of the board members of the Niagara Falls Housing Authority. I'll talk about that later. Um, and I told him the same thing. I said, listen, I'm always give props to my god sister Samika Sullivan because she does an amazing job when it comes down to uh, meshing community into that HUD federal funded space. Um, you know, I don't have time to try to pick uh, Clifford Scott's head to see if he's willing to, connect community with these Doris Jones Center and the Packer Court Center. Um, if that was the case, then that should have been something that should have been highlighted before by the heads, housing authority heads. Um, so, so when I make that statement, you know, I make that statement from a space that says, "Hey, you know, give us something." Actually, not necessarily, be in support of something, especially when you had our Center Avenue Center torn down, right? Center Avenue Center is torn down. We have our 13th Street Center, which is no more. Our um, YMCA, which was turned into a homeless shelter, and nothing has been replaced. I'm just kind of having like a tough time understanding how we could think that we don't need none of that replaced. I'd hate for anyone to come to the mic and that was a 3 hour session, so I really didn't feel like even giving any rebuttals. But trust and believe, I got another meeting coming up this Wednesday. I'll have something to say. Um, but to think, I would hope anyone would not try to use their own self interest to try to, let's say, diminish what we really need. Like we looking at we both got kids. Yes. We know we want what's best for our kids. At the end of the day, we need a community driven, community led community center.
A real one for sure.
A real community center.
Because and we need one that can house, and we need a couple of them.
Yeah.
Because even just having one isn't going to be efficient enough to handle all the youth that we have out here that just trying to figure out what am I going to do, where are we going.
That's fact.
But it needs to be, like you said, community driven and really open to them, and not just words on paper and limited, and have a variety of different age.
Right.
Like we need it. We really need it.
It's needed. It's not just something that we want.
Yeah.
What's going on, Kevin? I see you. So like afternoon and evening programs in school. Now here, and that's the thing. And that's cool because what the thing about it is when we look at the different schools, and I mean that would be something that we have to connect with our school system. But in certain portions of our communities, certain portions of the city, there are spaces that need that space. Like if we go to LaSalle, they got that nice sportsplex out there. They just built another that they're actually opening up a rec center out there.
Wow.
But then they're talking about busing our kids from this side of town over here to take them out of their space, to take them to the space. What sense of ownership does these kids have?
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, do I have to get bused out of my side of town to a space that I'm not really that familiar with, but they can have something nice over here, but we can't have.
Right.
You know what I mean? That doesn't do anything for the morale of the kids here. So, yeah, I hit you up. Kev. So at the end of the day, can't that kind of struck me. You know what I mean? As someone that you may think like have a grasp or an idea or understanding of a lot of the needs of what's here, especially in this North End. Now I did talk about Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Um, I did talk to, when I was talking to one of the board members, I said, hey, if that's something that the housing authority is really about, like, we're not going to call these housing authority buildings, meaning the Doris Jones Center and the Packer Court Resource Center and the Doris Jones Resource Center. We're not going to call them community centers if the housing authority isn't calling them the community centers. Um, Samika, she's like, again, I have to keep giving her just due. She's doing that. She's infusing community center into that space, but it's not her job to call it that. It's not her job to present it as that. It's the housing authority who owns these buildings. It's their job. The housing authority, who's the sole ownership of and who runs these buildings, it's for them to actually go out and canvas the community and find out what it is that the community would want to have in these buildings and in these spaces. So, that right there, that was that kind of, threw me to the left a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's time for some transparency. It's time for some transparency. I think, and for those who may want to call in, the number is 716-299-0013. Again, that's 716-299-0013. I will put that down here too, just in case if you guys want to call in here. 299-0013. And I'm going to pin that right here. All right. So that's for anybody who want to call in. I appreciate everybody who's on here right now. So yeah, so what do you think? I think that's the question that I would like to ask, because I can sit up here and me and Big Frank, we've chopped it up enough.
Oh, for sure.
We understand. We on that same page. It's like, we know that we need more. We know that, there's there's a need of better governing in the city of Niagara Falls. There's a need of, there's a need of community accountability as well. That's another thing I've had in the last few people I've called, and trust me, trust and believe. What's going on, cuz? I see you. What's going on, Alicia? I love when I was younger to be in the Girl Scout on Center Avenue. Enjoy seeing kids having something to do. And that's what it was. We had something to do. Yeah. And the thing is we have to again catch up to the times. Because right now, there was a time, again, I said this before, there was a time where it was like, listen, Donnie, go outside and play.
For sure.
We went outside if it was rocks, if it was it didn't matter what it was. If it was rocks, if it was cans outside, dirt, whatever, we found something to do. That was just the way, that was life back then, though. Right now, it's just a different time. It's a different time. The time that we're in right now, again, my kids, they were born into the cell phone era. They get, yeah, no, absolutely. Definitely. If we can get access to these buildings, if it was a community center, I got something even better for you, Mary. I'm gonna get to it right when I get done with this. Yeah, it's a different era right now. These kids, they're technologically savvy. They're on top of it. So I can't. It's like you can't expect them to just go outside and play no more. It's a different time. Y'all knew it was a different time. The older people, y'all knew, the older generation, you knew it was a different time when when COVID hit. Because who was y'all going to find out how to use these doggone phones and how to get on y'all Zoom meeting so y'all can go to your doctor's appointments and so y'all can go to church for all the saints that when the church was shut down and they said y'all need to stay out behind home and it was doing virtual. Who did y'all have to go see? Y'all had to see these young people because y'all wasn't up to time. Y'all wasn't up to snuff when it came down to the technological advancement. So I'm glad that you said that, Mary, because like I'll tell you why. I'll give you a prime example why. Although they allowed us to use it, it was a time and a space where we needed, as the peacemakers, the Niagara Falls peacemakers. Shout out to Ezra Scott, Martha, Big Campbell Clutch, and all of my other family. You know what I'm saying? LaCorey. I don't mean to call all the names or whatnot. But we were trying to have meetings there, because we just needed a space. And this is at the Doris Jones Center. And we they allowed us to come in, but it was like 6:30 or whatever. Get out. Now, for something that is community based, community driven, hey, for a organization that's literally community, everything community, all things community, why couldn't we get a key? You know what I'm saying? If it's a community center, you have a group such as the Niagara Falls Peacemakers who actually was out here giving a great name to the city, but we had to get out. Hey, at this time, y'all got to go because guess what? Our staff ain't staying after this time. But it was times where it was like, man, we really needed a little extra time. But it was like, well, due to time constraint, they only letting us use this for this amount of time. I'm talking about a community center that is engaging the community, a community center that would allow such an organization to say, hey, y'all work in the community. Hey, we trust y'all. Me, Ezra, we around here. We're trustworthy. But that just goes to show, like I said, it's not a community center to me. And until the housing authority as a whole makes that campaign and says, you know what, these two buildings, we want to officially let the community know, not have, Samika working her behind off trying to infuse community into that center, but make it obvious, make it very clear, make it apparent to the community, put that message out there, spend a little money, advertise. Hey, guess what? This is now the community center. And what do we need to do to accommodate our youth? That's all I'm saying. So, and you're right, Alicia. Here's the thing about it. And it is a select few. So what has to happen is we have to get back on top. You know what I had to realize? Remember when we was kids? And you remember when we had the people who were pretty much the village back then, the ones that have shut down shop if you cut up? Well, I had to realize that we're those people now. Mm-hmm. I'm 40 some odd years old. It was 40 some odd years old people that would get me right back when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13. It was the grown folks that will let you have it. And then your parents let you have it after the grown folks had to let you have it, right? So I had to realize that we're those people now. It's tough right now. It's tough. We're not in a healthy space, Niagara Falls. And I think the thing is that we have to kind of step up in a position. So what happens is, the grown folk, we need to, I tell you what, those who are closer to the problem are closer to the solution. So in order for us to really start killing a lot of this foolery, A lot of us need to step up, and I'm talking about in mass numbers, and address these, like you said, the few that's ruining it for everybody. But you know what happens? I'll tell you why. Because we don't invest in our surroundings. We don't invest in these spaces for these kids. Because if we had our personal investment inside these spaces, then when these few little rugrats come and try to tear stuff up, I trust and believe. If I had a let's say a lounge, and it was by membership only, and you had to pay a dues, like lounge dues, in order to be a member of this organization, and you putting your money in, all of a sudden some little riffraff from the outside come into the lounge and start acting like they want to tear stuff up. I promise you, that whole lounge, everybody that's in there is gonna jump up like, yo, what you think you're doing, bro? Because guess what? I make an investment into this, so you're not going to ruin it for me because I've invested into it. Problem is that we haven't been making investments in our young people, and then we keep pointing our finger at them as if like they, not saying you, I'm just talking about as a whole. What's going on, Val? As a whole, we point our fingers at them to make it seem like they're the issue, when the true story is it's our lack of concern and our lack of empathy and our lack of and the growth of apathy has become the biggest problem in our community. Invest, absolutely. How you doing, Lady B? I see you. Investment. So when you invest in anything, you expect a return. That's one. So when you invest in it, that means, so when you invest in these youth, you want to see an answer. But what happened is a lot of people have not invested in the youth of Niagara Falls, so you don't expect an answer. You don't expect a return on your investment because you haven't made an investment. You feel me? So when you invest in these young people and you put back, so hey, we know they took two community centers are gone. YMCA is gone. So if you make that initial investment, I'm not talking about finances, I'm talking about, your time, your energy, your space. You know what I'm saying? Your presence. Invest all of that into these young people. Come, and I tell people all the time, because people love to call me about a lot of issues, but the problem is this. One, when you call me about these issues, I'm 20% of any decision that's made in City Hall. I'm only 20%. I promise you. Come to my job. That's what I'm gonna tell for everybody from here on out. That when you, hey, I got this problem, I got that problem. It's only a few people like now. Kev, my guy Kev on here, he comes to the job. He's there. One day he gonna get comfortable enough to go up to that podium. But Kev, I'm gonna need you to come up to that podium, and really express. But come to my job and let us all know, because guess what? Most of the time when y'all call me, y'all preaching to the choir. That's a fact. Most of the time when you call me and you give me an issue that we have or that you may have, you're preaching to the choir. It's an issue that I already understand and probably already spoke about from the dais, from my bench. Thing is this, until the community begins to really have a consistent uproar with the garbage that's going on in the city of Niagara Falls, it's going to continue to be the same. Don't expect me, and I'm going to say that again. Please don't expect me. Do not expect me to burn my gears and run and run and run again, and just to get elected, just to sit in the seat. I'm not here just to sit in the seat. Y'all better take advantage while I'm here. And if you take advantage while I'm here, I promise you, if I see a consistency, I promise that it would be my reasonable service to continue to represent the people. But I'm not gonna be over here killing myself and watching my kids, grow older, graduate, but doing it, let it go past me because I get pulled so much. Uh-oh. We got a caller in here.
5716. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, Mr. What up? What up? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Donta, what's good with you?
Oh, I can't hear.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Hold on just a second.
Yo, yo.
Hold on just a second here, brother.
Say something, Nick.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm still here. I just can't really hear y'all too well.
Can you hear him? Just a
Okay, I
second. Go
can hear
ahead.
y'all a little bit. So yeah, just to like kind of feedback on the community center thing.
Mm-hmm.
This and again, listen, I'm calling you now because in the next 15 minutes I'm heading out the door to work another 25 hours.
Come
So
on.
remember I told you I like extremely busy. Like I
Yeah.
work around the clock. I've been working since 7 o'clock this morning. I ain't gonna get off till tomorrow afternoon.
Grind time.
So community center wise, uh, you made a statement about something that Lakia said, and I do not agree with that statement if she made that at the podium. We
Yes, you did.
definitely need something in the inner city to promote ownership to these kids, something that's in their backyard or in their front yard
Thank you.
to be able to, bring them from, rather going down the street and cutting up and acting a mess. They can go across the street and get on somebody on the basketball court or
Right.
find a different outlet or something else that these community centers can offer to them. Unfortunately, um, just like Dante has always been saying, and it's I'm habit to this as well. A lot of the older folks that got everything going on, we don't have or don't make the time to show up to these things. Like
Right.
I glazed through and seen something on Facebook the other day, and keep in mind because of my schedule,
Right.
I'm not on social media as prevalent as I should be. To see some of these larger issues, and I don't catch the news too much because by the time I get home, I'm so exhausted I can't even I can't do nothing else but go to sleep. But we need to really stand up and like get out here and actually show our kids that we care about not only what's going on in house but what's going on outside of the house as well.
That's real.
And giving them the option and outlet to be able to do something in their community.
Right.
So that comment I can't really stand behind because inner city we definitely need that. We don't have that. I don't know what happened to the community centers, and I don't know why they're still shut down. The ones that we do have the buildings for that are still standing, like the one on East Fall Street, I don't know the condition of it, but if somebody pours some money into it, or whatever the case may be, that could be back open.
Watch what I'm
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the casinos got that facility still or not.
I'm gonna give you an exact gem on exactly what's going on with that center right now. That center is owned by NFR, right? I spoke with Trevino, and he said, like, how NFR is offering the city some land so they don't have so that they can stop this eminent domain process. They offering the city some land to actually so they can, if they're gonna do that Centennial Park, they won't try to have to get it or try to go through eminent domain. So they're like, listen, we're offering you land, right? Do you know that NFR is actually offering the city as a part of that land, the land that has that 13th Street Center on it as well?
Are they offering the housing over there as well?
No. Whatever that land. Now, what it is they had to make a few cutouts because the thing is that there's some houses that are occupied, and they're like, we ain't trying to kick nobody out. But
right.
But it's a lot of land that they got that they offered that is not house. Some of it I think is housing, but they're offering it to the city, and they're offering the community that 13th Street Center as well. We don't know what the inside looks like. We don't know what the condition is as well. But my thing is, and they're offering $2.5 million for over 10 years, which is $250,000 a year to maintain the land that they're offering the city.
So what? I don't. Okay, so educate me because I'm ignorant. So what the hell is we doing?
So I'm gonna bless you because again, it's the mayor in the Centennial Park, and he wants to have this idea as he's fighting the land developers, and I'm fighting them, and I'm taking this land from them, and I'm gonna spend money for an eminent domain process. One, that's gonna cost the city money, right? And then not just that, it's costing us money. And I'm going eminent domain, but although, the city is actually offering us land for free, giving us
Wait a
land.
minute. Hold on. So I'm looking at where Centennial Park would be. I'm looking at it as we speak on the computer. Mm-hmm. So it's right behind the casino where the new addition is that they put in with the circle. Mm-hmm. It is literally the land adjacent from the hotel. It's adjacent from the Social Security building.
Yeah. It's right.
That's nothing but vacant land anywhere. There's no houses.
You know what happens? I'm gonna show you what happens. See where he's trying to put that Centennial Park is not gonna be a great effect. It's not gonna be a great effect when it comes down to actually helping our inner businesses. Because guess what?
No, it's gonna all profit to tourism. It's right there.
The casino. Because think about it.
It's right there.
What kind of, let's say, bars and whatever the case is, and local stuff is like off of Falls and John B. Daly? Nothing over there.
The casino.
The casino. What's gonna happen? They're gonna walk out of this Centennial Park and walk literally right across the street to the Casino Hotel. Go to Three Sisters.
Casino, right.
Yep. Go to the casino. Go to the Three Sisters restaurant they got and all of the different little things they got up in there. And so the casino, of course, the casino is going to support this because it's like, hey, it's going to help us. It's going to fiscally be something that we're going to suck dry. Minute they have an event, we're gonna put all the lights, we're gonna put all the cameras in action, we're gonna put a nice facade, we're gonna light up the how they got their billboard that's in the casino hotel. They're gonna put all of that in space, right? And then they're gonna pull all of the attraction. And then so what happens? We're trying to do this. This is putting the cart before the horse because we still haven't fixed up the inner city. We still haven't fixed up the rest of the city yet. All
you're doing is adding on to what's already there. That's really not even benefiting Niagara Falls because all that money is going to the state.
Albany. So again, so that's the frustration of it. That's why trust and believe. The more that I keep I'm gonna keep speaking it. You're gonna keep speaking it as well. The more we keep waking up people and really waking people up, then that's when they're gonna get upset enough to actually show up. Because right now, a lot of this stuff people just don't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff that people just don't know. And I always tell people I'm only accountable and I only hold others accountable for what they know. So I wouldn't even, go as far as, really putting blame on people. All I'm saying is once you find out, once you knew better, you should do better, right? So
absolutely.
So that's what's happening.
And right now. What? We have to. And I'm going to say this to the audience. Parents, if you don't have kids, if you're in Niagara Falls, if you're in the city of Niagara Falls, we need to step up. Yeah. We don't have the ability to continue to just stay dormant and not speak up, show up, and show out to things that matter in our community. We don't have the luxury of doing that.
Right.
Our youth are leaving by the busload to go to different areas that provide better opportunities. When we have a city that's here, that's laying dormant with people that don't give two flying shits about what goes on in our community.
Yeah.
But
true.
But when the plows don't come down the street when they're supposed to, and you got to go to work, that's a problem. When the garbage man passes your house, that's a problem. When your water bill goes up, that's a problem. So at what point, folks, is we going to get up, smell the roses, and start interjecting and injecting positive and important ideas into our community?
Absolutely.
I'll wait.
Right. Please don't hold your breath, my friend. So what's going to have to happen is, and that's what I try to do, I try to be as disruptive as possible. Because right now, that's what's needed. Right now, a disruptive level of accountability is needed. Like, I'm not going to stop, This is campaign season, and guess how many votes I need? 0. I still got 3 years left, pretty much. I'm not out here campaigning. I'm not out here putting out no false promises or whatever, trying to get people to believe in. At the end of the day, I'm operating. I'm in the middle of everything right now, so I'm able to see it.
Right.
And so what I did, and so I'm gonna make it public too, because I just sent the email and I tagged all of my colleagues, all 4 of my other my colleagues in City Hall, and I made it clear that I want our local government to give us a breakdown of the details of the finances that we have been spending on the Centennial Park project, this eminent domain hearing, even this Bitcoin litigation that they got going on. We're spending all this kind. I need to know. Show me the money. Show me where the money going now, because now y'all, they already see. The thing is because we haven't seen the shovel go into the ground yet in regards to the Centennial Park project. That does not mean we haven't spent an astronomical amount of money already.
Right. What y'all don't already understand is that if you go and you Google Niagara Falls Centennial Park, they already have a whole website dedicated to this. They already have plans dedicated to all of this. This is to the listeners and to the viewers. They already got the money. As Dante said, if they're paying legal fees already, they're already in the midst of doing this.
Yeah.
It's already going to happen. So at what point do we now step up and say, hey, hold on, you about to put all this money over here by the casino, and these folks don't even give us money to help support the people. If something happened and the casino burned down today, the fire people from Niagara Falls is going to be over there trying to put out the casino.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you.
So we about to put interject money still back into the area where the casino's at.
And the state park. 75% of our tourism funds and all of that, 75%
it's right there.
Goes directly to Albany. We don't see that.
It's right there.
So we're gonna keep putting more stuff down there to draw more people. Listen, that doggone Centennial Park is not going to bring more people here to the falls. The falls get millions of people already. We don't that park.
They're already here.
Another person, they're here. How do we get them into the city to spend money where our tax base is? This mom and pop shop, the small businesses. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of. If we could bring the people in, I promise you, we have enough. Man, listen, local clothing designers and things like that. That people, if we could bring the just a fraction of the people that come into the city and provide a space for those of us who are local, who have our own businesses and ideas, for those of us to if we can bring those people into those spaces, I promise you, we will see a drastic change, because what happens is it will cause people to want to do better, want to do more, because it's like, okay, well, if I was in space or if I was in position, I'd be able to make a lucrative, it's very lucrative in the city if you can actually pull from that space. That's why people
And then what happens? So then my next question would be, we built this centennial. Who makes out with this? Who makes out with the money?
I'm gonna tell you, the lawyers, the lawyers, all of the money, people who making out with it is all the prior twos. These are all of the lawyer fees, all the court fees, and all of the extra. You're gonna have people who, and I get it. Listen, you got local tradesmen that, okay, yeah, we want build it because we want to be the ones who, build the brick and mortar. We want to be the one who, and I get it. Yes, of course, if it's gonna be built, of course you will want to. You want to be the ones that, have that job, because it gives you a level of security for X amount of years. Here's the problem, though. My problem is this. Don't say build it without understanding what kind of long-term ramifications that having this Centennial Park will bring to us. Long-term ramifications mean if we don't have the money to support it, whose taxes are going to go up?
Right.
Our taxes are going to go up. If we don't have the money to support it, we're going to have to foot the bill.
Or it ends up being an eyesore like we seen with Smoking Joe when he built that ice skating ramp.
Right.
It ends up being an eyesore until some developer comes and says, you know what, I'm going to knock this down.
Right.
And we pay them to do that. And then it still becomes a vacant lot.
Vacant lot. That's all we end up having. So my thing is that, hey, you know, if we're gonna go ahead and make some decisions, let's make some decisions that's gonna actually benefit the community as a whole. And I'm talking about the whole community, and also make sure that the community is engaged in these decision making process. That's why I keep telling everybody, come to my job. That's the best advice that I got to give anybody. If you want to,
right,
Donta, I'm speaking in third person. Donta represents the city of Niagara Falls at large. My position is not a district position. I don't represent just the 4th district, but I also understand that I live in the 4th district and I understand the needs of the 4th district. And speaking of the 4th district, Mr. Elder, I'm gonna need you to step up. I'm gonna leave it that. I'm gonna leave it simple. I'm gonna leave it simple like that because I supported him as well during his run. We need to have some conversations, Mr. Jeffrey Elder.
Yeah, I see. He kind of went ghost, didn't he?
I don't want to just see. Listen, I don't want to see just, you know. I need to see, like, we should be working hand in hand. I live in the 4th district too. I live right 16th Street, right up between Pine and Walnut. I live in the 4th district. I lived in the 4th district pretty much almost my whole life. I need you to step up. That's what I'm saying. So we need to let's have some conversations now. I digress. With that being said, man, we got specific portions of the city that has been neglected for a long time, my friend. And what we're not going to do is we're not going to sit back and let it die. I'm here again. I got about 2 years and about 9 months left for me. Utilizing me is not calling me. Understand that doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is what? It's insanity.
Insanity.
Right?
It's insanity.
So, you know, we've been doing that a long time with the Owen Steeds and with the Charles Walkers and all of that. We'll call them and make it feel like, you know, hey, you know, they can fix the problem for us. True story is this. It's not that kind of time anymore. At the end of the day, I'm asking everybody, don't say, oh, Donta gonna take care of it. Let's let him have it. You know, he'll take care of it. He'll handle it. Call Donta. Not gonna work, right? What's gonna happen today is Donta saying, I need y'all at my job. Show up. Show up with your sign. Show up with whatever. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that's going to really work, is that we're going to need some disruption. It didn't happen overnight. This is a culture that has been created over decades. We're just the ones that's going to say, hey, we ain't having it no more.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. It's time to change the game. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, so we that's pretty much, you know, where I stand, bro. I'm gonna continuously make it clear. I'm gonna make it very clear. I'm gonna make sure that I am continuously very transparent. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, man, listen, I'm for the people. I am the people. I am with the people. The people are with me. We are the people. I don't know any other way to put it, man. At the end of the day, I represent the people. But the thing is that I want to make sure that I'm effective. And then when I feel that I'm not effective, or I feel that we need to, you know, when I feel that, you know, I'm not as effective as I need to be, and I don't see where it's working, then I'll have to step down, try to find another way to represent, find another way to help lead. We're leaders. Leaders lead. At the end of the day, I was a leader before I got in City Hall. My thing is I woke up and if it was a problem, I try to find a solution. That's what leaders do. They ain't got.
Right.
We don't need nobody with a scepter to come and try to crown us leaders. No, we don't need that. We wake up and you know what? We're leaders. We're gonna lead. We wake up and we lead.
That's right. That's right.
So
Listen, I'm gonna holler at y'all, brothers. It was a pleasure speaking with y'all today.
Thank you for
and
calling in,
Donta, man, keep doing what you're doing. Big Frank, shout out, man.
Yes,
Much
sir.
appreciate y'all, brothers. Keep it up.
Yes, appreciate it, good brother. Go
All right.
Hey, Frank. Okay, so listen, we're here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue the fight. You know. So yeah, that's the thing with me. I want to make sure that we begin to maintain a level of integrity as we lead. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot going on in the city of Niagara Falls, but it can be tough at times. I trust and believe. I understand that as well. I got two little ones. Actually, I got my little one over in the corner over there, and it can be tough. It can be tough, but at the end of the day, we have to do what we have to do. If we don't stand for something, my kids will have to lie down for it later. Do you think I'm gonna let that happen? No. Yes, sir. Nikita, what's up, Nikita? How you doing? So, no, absolutely. So, yeah, I had to mention that. You know what I mean? Because long gone are the days of us having people in office and we just have people in office as a face. I don't want to be a face, and I'm not going to allow my colleagues, and I'm going to hold the fire to everybody. At the end of the day, we got to hold everybody's feet to the fire. Everybody's not going to like what I got to say, and it's not for me to make everybody like. And I really doesn't matter if someone likes what I say or not. Just challenge me. But the best way to challenge me is come to my job, come to where I work, come to City Hall. City Hall is where those answers are. Those legislation is being written. You feel me? Yes, sir. So, anybody else have any questions? Because my phone's about to die and we're about to shut down shortly. But I just want to give everybody I want to give everybody the opportunity. Yes, absolutely, bring locals into the space. If we got bring locals into this, and when we get these millions of people who come here every year, far as tourism, let's bring them back into, you know what I mean, during the summertime, like the next Hyde Park Cafe now. I forgot. It's the Soul Kitchen. Oh, she gonna get me? I hope she don't watch this. But her Soul Kitchen. I'm trying to. My head is all over the place. A lot of people, Brody's, the White Coffee Shop, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different spaces that we can actually bring people in. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't start bringing, like, we got millions of people who come here, millions every single year. But the thing is that we don't never know. Like, when we hear the word, like when we hear millions. When Angie's, thank you, Angie's Soul Kitchen, Angie gonna bust me up. Simply Soul, Dirty Bird, Brody's, Sammy's, just listen, Polish Nook, just it's enough mom and pop shops out here. Thank you, Tika, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's a lot of shops, Frankie's Donuts, just a lot of spaces that are out here. Buck's Pizza. I'm shooting the line to all y'all. I'm gonna try to do what I can. And the atmosphere, a lot of people, and honestly, with all these different spaces, if we can pull those tourism dollars into those spaces, then they'll be able to really fix them up even more. The facade, you know what I mean, of their businesses. They'll be able to, jazz them up and make them even better. And then what happens? It brings more development. When people see vibrant communities, they're willing to put their money there. But when they see a governing body that doesn't care about those specific portions of the community, then they choose not to want to invest. And you totally understand. Yeah, I got a total understanding of that. Is anyone else? Any other questions that you got before we wrap it up tonight? Because I know half of y'all getting ready to cut a fool. It's St. Patty's Day. Ain't got no green on, but happy St. Patrick's Day to those who celebrate the Irish. All right. So listen, thank you guys for coming through today. You want to come over here and say something, Dylan? Hey, come on over here. I got my little guy with me today.
Hi.
You gonna say hi? Say hi to the people.
Okay. Hi.
No, over here, and the camera's over there. You see that?
Oh yeah.
What do you got to say to?
I'm Dylan. I have autism.
Mm-hmm. But
My name
autism is what?
It's not a crutch for me.
That's right. Autism is not a crutch for him. He understands that too.
I always love ice cream. I always love my favorite food, ice cream, and
Okay. All right. So
wait.
Say I'll see you next Thursday.
Ice cream. So I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.
Say see you at 11.
See you at 11. Bye.
Next Thursday at 11, as y'all heard Dylan say so eloquently, here at the Vote 716 Fire 716. The Vote. Catch you again next week. Appreciate you guys for coming. Share. Please share. Download Fire 716. This is your boy Donta Myles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm out.